Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's ODN, Left Behind, written and directed by Henry Wallis and produced by Alex Chase. You're around the show will be about 30 minutes without an interval. Just to warn you, there are flashing lights, strobe lights, pulsing lights, and strobe lights again. Please turn off your phones, and the fire exits are through backstage there and through the way you go. And please enjoy the show.
I signed up to the war in 1914 because all the politicians and all those up high said there'd be an adventure, that we'd be heroes. You know, I really believed that. They also said they'd be over by Christmas. It's been 4 years since then. The war still rages on. And the things I've seen, But they lied. They all lied. Because now it's 1918, and I'm still in this trench, still fighting. Still wanted to be a hero.
How much time do we have now?
Not long now, Ben. A couple of minutes, if that. Then we go over. One final push, they say. It could win us the war.
They always say that.
Well, let's hope this time it turns out to be true, eh?
You know, David, if I don't make it back...
Don't say that.
But if I don't, I want you to deliver this to Sarah.
What does it say?
It's if I don't make it. One final goodbye, because, you know, I would want to find someone, to move on, to be happy. Could you do that for me, please?
I can't.
What?
I'm not taking it, all right. Because she's not going to need that letter. Because you, Ben, you are going to make it. We both are.
You don't know that.
Yes, I do. Because I don't know what I'd do with myself if you...
Take it, please.
You're better than me. You know that, Ben. You always have been.
What do you mean?
I've not been a good person. I've lied and I've manipulated. And
When you get back, you can change, you know? You can be better.
Can you change someone who's truly broken?
You can try.
We better head up now.
All right.
And Ben? Thank you.
I wish we'd had that conversation. I wish that's what we said. Instead, we just sat there, waiting, terrified. I mean, David died that day. I'd known him since I was 10 years old. And a few months later, news of surrender came. I mean, we'd won the war, but it didn't feel like it. Not without him. But at least I could see her again. My Sarah. My wife.
At first, I was so overwhelmed to see him I didn't notice how he had changed. He'd become more distant, less affectionate, spent nights out in the pub or walking the streets alone. He'd be gone for hours, and when I did see him, he didn't mention anything about David's death. Not a single word. Maybe he's trying to forget. But I guess that's the thing about war. You leave it, but it never leaves you.
I tried to help, David. I mean, I really tried. I tried.
You're up late.
Wanted to make sure you got home okay. Where were you this time?
Boar's Head. You know, it used to be so full of
What
life.
happened out there, Ben?
What time is David's service tomorrow?
Begins at 9.
Alright.
Is this what our marriage is now, Ben? Is this who we are? I'm trying to help you.
You can't help me, Sarah. No one can.
Have you ever felt powerless? Like properly powerless, like your actions don't matter, like what you do or say doesn't change a thing, no matter how much you want it to, no matter how hard you try. Ben used to be kind and gentle, loving, yes, but most importantly, good. He was good. We met at this dance at this house years ago. It was in this dodgy area with ugly concrete buildings and lots of sketchy looking people hanging around. Or as most people call it, Birmingham. Many people were dancing, or at least trying to. I wasn't a great dancer, so naturally I hated the whole thing and I wanted nothing to do with it. But then I saw him, and he saw me. And I didn't want to be there, and by the looks of things, neither did he. His suit didn't fit, his shoes were a size too big, and his hair was in dire need of a cut. But honestly, I was intrigued. He seemed kind, attractive, and caring. But meeting him for the first time, well, that all seems so long ago. He really was a different man back then.
5 shillings says this party will be over by midnight.
Forget midnight, I'd put 10 shillings on it being over by 11.
How about 10:30?
More like 9.
Enjoying the night then?
No, it's fucking dreadful. I didn't actually say that. More like 9.
Enjoying the night then?
No, not really. Sarah Jones, pleasure.
Ben Walker?
So, are you any good at dancing then, Ben?
Not really.
Oh.
I can't exactly say it's one of my interests.
Oh, really, what are you interested in then?
I act. At university, actually. We've just finished this production of Hamlet. Yeah, I mean, it was this great big play with massive sets and amazing props and some really hard fight scenes.
Wow, that sounds amazing. What role did you play?
Gravedigger 3. But those graves won't dig themselves, you know.
No, I'm sure they won't. So, why acting then?
I enjoy it, you know. Something about putting on plays. There's a real sense of community and friendship.
And being part of something bigger than yourself.
Yeah, how did you...
I used to act years ago, but Mother said I should spend my time on more useful pursuits, so I stopped. I played Juliet in Romeo and Juliet, you know.
Show off?
I loved it, really I did. And the best bit was that bit before you went on stage, that mixture of excited and nervous.
And you think you forget all your lines?
Yes, and then before you know it, you're on and you just get lost living someone else's life. You understand, don't you?
Yeah, I think I do.
Come on, Ben, let's get a drink.
Well, David, it's amazing that you know so much about so many things.
Well, Katie, I believe it's important to read, to be cultured.
Oh, so what do you read then?
Oh, well, Great Expectation, Christmas Carol, A Tale of Three Cities.
2 cities.
2 cities, exactly, yeah.
You know, I've never met such an avid fan of Charles Dickens before.
Who?
So you don't read then?
No, to be honest, my friend Ben helps me. You know, until recently I thought Oliver Twist was the name of someone in our class. But Ben, he's into plays and books and all that bollocks. Personally, I don't get it. I mean, who would enjoy sitting down for ages, watching people pretending to be someone they're not? I mean, come on, get a life.
Well, I'm sure some people would disagree.
What do you read then, Katie?
Oh, Bronte, Jane Austen. Really, I'm a romantic at heart.
Oh, I don't understand the romantics. You're always trying to chase perfection. But no person is perfect. No relationship is perfect. Must be tiring being constantly disappointed.
Well, men do certainly tend to have that effect, yes.
But you're chasing a fantasy then, aren't you?
David, I know that people are flawed. I know that relationships aren't easy. But there's beauty, don't you think? In people's imperfections. I'm not chasing a fantasy. I'm chasing emotions that are real and true. To me, there's a beauty in the struggle that romance brings. It makes it all worthwhile when you finally find someone who fits your wildest dreams. So, who am I to you, David? What is this?
Something romantic.
David!
Ben?
David!
Katie, this is Ben. Ben, this is Katie.
Katie.
Ben.
Yeah.
Katie.
Yes, you said.
Yes, I know. I'm Sarah.
Your father is just going to hate me.
He didn't. He loved Ben. So did Mother. Ben was perfect. But that night seems like a lifetime ago. Ben arrived to David's service late, stood right at the back, didn't sing any of the hymns or even say a single word about him. Nothing.
David said he was going to marry me after the war. I didn't tell you because it was our secret between me and him. He said it was something to keep him going. So I wrote to him. I wrote him and I was so excited about our future together. Future we'll never have now. But it's just something I don't quite understand.
What's that?
The telegram. His father said it was missing in action. Presumed dead. I mean, he could still be out there, somewhere.
Katie.
Oh, I know, it's stupid. He could still be alive. He could
He's
be
dead! Katie. He's not coming back.
Katie, What are you hiding?
What do you mean?
Ben, I know you. Or at least I used to know you. Please just talk to me.
I don't know how.
And then I tackled him right as he was about to score. The crowd went wild.
Yeah, all four of them. Hang on, two of them were your parents.
Still, it was a great tackle.
David, we lost. Really? Are you sure? Yeah, I remember you crying about it in the changing room afterwards.
Dude, come on.
Right, David. You wanted us all here in the first place. So what did you do now?
Right. I signed up to the war. We both did. Me and Ben. House Battalion, they call it.
You did what?
Yeah. People in the same town and area sign up together. You know, they get deployed together, fight together.
Where are you being deployed?
France. I've always wanted to go.
How long are you going away for?
Oh, they said it'd be over by Christmas.
And you're okay with this?
What do you mean? Of course I am.
Really?
I want to sign up. I'm fighting, all right? I'm not a bloody coward.
Oh, of course he's not. He's a hero, Ben. Fight for Britain. Lead the charge. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Well, we'll write to you. Me and Sarah. Won't
Look, we'll come back. All right?
you better.
Well, it's going to be one hell of an adventure, that's for sure. How many men do you think we lost today?
Too many.
What are you doing?
Just looking over some maps and details of an attack they're launching soon.
No, what are we doing here, Ben? What's the point?
What do you mean?
It's a bloody massacre!
But it's a war. We'll push through one day.
Oh, will we? Because that advance we did earlier achieved nothing, alright? Nothing! It's a bloody stalemate! What we're doing here is pointless!
You go and tell the captain that! Alright? You go and tell him that all the men that just died in vain. You tell their wives, you tell their families, you tell their bloody children! Go on, off you go! Yeah. Thought not.
Can't you hear them? The screams and the yells
I
and...
don't know what you're talking about.
Liar. We all can. We just don't talk about it. Because why would we? We were all there, we all know what we saw. So we don't talk about it. Because we try to forget. But let's be honest, Ben. We never will. Never will.
Received another letter, by the way. Guess who it's from? Shall I read it out to you?
Give it here.
How many has Katie written now?
Too many.
Do you ever think of writing back to her?
What? And give her false hope? Just forget about me.
Don't say that.
We've barely advanced an inch and more men are dying every day. It's only a matter of time before we join them. But you know, we're going Colmar tomorrow. Heard they got maids and taverns. And brothels. Christ.
David, just don't, alright?
Oh.
Just...
We're soldiers. Got to enjoy ourselves. You too.
I'm married, David.
Well, I'm not going to tell her.
And what about Katie?
Like I said, just forget about me. It's time to live a little. Because if what they're saying is true, and we're going over the top once we come back from Colmar, then we're dead men walking, living on borrowed time. So you enjoy your last hours in Colmar, Ben. Because I know I will. What?
I don't even know who you are anymore.
Dear David, I hope all is well in France. I've thought about our wedding. Father says we can have it in the chapel by the fields we used to meet in before the war. Life was so much simpler back then. I'd love to hear from you. There must be so much to do. I hope you're safe. And give my love to Ben. I'm counting down the days until we're reunited again. Until then, stay safe. I'll be waiting for you. Always. Love, Katie.
The next morning, we went back to our trenches. The hour was upon us. We prepared to go over the top. I looked at David, and he looked at me. and we ran.
Get down! Oh God, oh God! Look out! Oh God, oh my God. Down! Down! I can't do this.
Come on! Just keep pushing forward. We can do this, all right?
I can't do this. I can't do this anymore. I can't do this!
Yes, you can.
No!
I've got you. Let's go.
I can't do this anymore, Ben!
Where are you going?
Anywhere but here!
Go south by the river.
What? How do you know?
Those maps, David, all those maps. Go south by the river until you reach a mill. Continue down the eastern path. You'll find a village, right? You'll be able to find some shelter there. Go, now! You'd only been gone a few hours. I'd made it back to the trench, but I could barely walk. Still, I was alive. Officer?
At ease. Glad to have you back, Ben. However, you're not much use to us as a soldier when you can't even run.
Will I be going home then? On leave?
No. We have something else in mind. It's a tough job, but someone's got to be part of it.
Part of what?
The firing squad, Ben. We found some lad down by the river a few hours ago. Poor bastard thought he could get away without us knowing. Well, he knew the consequences.
Quite right, sir. I thought he was safe. I tried to help him. I mean, I had no choice. You know, I signed up to serve my country, to bring honor to my family, and to win the war. Not for this. Not for this.
Ready. Aim. Fire.
How is he?
I don't know. He's out again tonight, God knows where. I need to know what happened to him, Katie. I need to understand.
Hey. Hey.
Someone's up late. Very late. You should sleep. Sleep is good.
Ben, why are you doing this to yourself?
I'll get some water.
Do you want to know the truth, Sarah? Do you really want to know?
Come on, excuse.
Just... David didn't care about Katie. I mean, not really. He just wanted someone from home to remind him that he still mattered. Because he wasn't faithful. David wasn't kind.
What's going on? Ben? What are you talking about?
Hello, Katie. You know, he didn't deserve you. All those letters you wrote, he burned them as soon as he got them.
Why?
Because David wanted to be adored and loved, but he was incapable of giving it back. And you still wrote, didn't you? I mean, maybe a part of him felt ashamed, so he burnt the letters. That he knew that what he was doing was wrong. I think he knew signing up to be in this bloody war was a death wish. He knew he'd never return. He was selfish. He was vain. He wasn't a good person. So I think it's time we stop thinking of him as a fucking hero. Because he wasn't.
You're lying! He loved me.
Did he? Then where are his letters? You wrote so many. Where are his? You meant nothing to him. Nothing. I mean, he lied. He cheated on you. He betrayed you.
No. Then why are you saying all of this?
Because David didn't die a hero. The whistle was called, and we went over the top. But he couldn't handle it anymore. So he ran. I mean, the bloody coward ran, and we needed him. And they found him. They shot him. They shot him here, and here, and here. You want to know how I know this? I was a part of the firing squad. I pulled the trigger. I killed David. I killed him. But I think he knew signing up to be in this bloody war was a death wish. He knew he'd never return. He was selfish. He was vain. He wasn't a good person. So I think it's time we stop thinking of him as a fucking hero. Because he wasn't.
You're lying! He loved me.
No. No, he didn't. I'm sorry, Katie. I'm so sorry. David was selfish and vain, but he was my friend. He's never coming back.
Hey,
He's never coming back.
it's okay. Okay?
He was scared. He was so scared, but he didn't deserve to die. Didn't deserve to die.